Zephyr, like the wind I go and like a man I come. And today I have come to bring you a guide on a game called Tale of Immortal. This game will be focusing on how to break through the key refining stage to the Foundation Heaven stage. Now, I will split this guide into two portions. The first portion of the video will be about the elemental key, how to obtain them, and their purities. And the second portion of the video will be about the treasures of the heaven and earth. There are 6 different elemental keys that you need to collect for your Foundation Heaven breakthrough, and they are fire, water, lightning, wind, earth, and wood. There are 2 ways for you to go about searching for them, and the first step is that the moment you step out from the starting area or the portal, you want to clear the fog of war and do your best to find all of the elemental lands as soon as possible. And since there are 6 different elemental keys, there are 6 different elemental lands for you to find. This process will take a while as the map is quite huge. The second method is to go to the nearest city or town and buy this item called the Ning Psychic Charm from the market. What this item does is that it can detect any elemental land within 40 spaces of your area, and that is 20 spaces to your north, south, east, and west direction. And if there's any elemental land being detected upon usage, it will be highlighted on the map even when there is fog of war. Now, the reason why I asked to find all of the elemental land as soon as possible is because you want the boss from those lands to spawn on the world map. In Tale of Immortal, a random boss or 2 will spawn on the world map every 2 or 3 months, and what you want is to have the bosses from the elemental land to be a part of the spawning pool. So if you only found one of the elemental land, and let's say you have found the Blazing Fields, only the boss from the Blazing Fields will be added to the random pool of boss spawn that occurs every 2 to 3 months in the game. Hence, you want to find all of the elemental land as soon as possible so that the boss from those lands will be a part of the random boss spawn which occur every 2 to 3 months. Now, killing the bosses from the elemental land will drop 2 necessary materials for you to break through to the Foundation Heaven, and they are the elemental key and a treasure of the heaven and earth treasure. The type of elemental key that was dropped by the boss is dependent on the area, and the heaven and earth treasure that's being dropped is one of these 3 treasures, which is the Scarlet Fruit, Jade Dragon Frost, and the Fire Jade. The key dropped from the boss typically have a purity of over 90%, and the higher the purity, the higher the success rate of your breakthrough will be. If for some reason you can't wait for the boss to spawn, or you are in a rush, and you can go to the elemental lands and farm for the elemental shards. You need to collect 100 of these shards before you can combine them together over at the alchemy workshop to get yourself a complete elemental key. The difference between this method over farming from the boss is that by combining the shards, the end result in purity will always be lower, and that the range will be anywhere between 40 to 70% in purity. But if you are doing a speed run or in a rush to break through to the next level, I recommend at the bare minimum that you at least have collected 3 keys from the boss, and that the other 3 is from combining the shards. That way, you will have at least 70% chance of a successful breakthrough. And using more than 3 elemental keys from the boss is always very good. But any lower than that, your chances of failure is high unless you have a really incredible luck. Now, I shall talk about the heaven and earth treasures. I mentioned earlier that when you kill one of the elemental boss, it will drop one of the heaven and earth treasure, and that they are the Scarlet Fruit, Jade Dragon Frost, and the Fire Jade, I wouldn't recommend using any of these treasure for your Foundation Heaven breakthrough, and use the Sandberry Bone, Dust Flower Dew, and the Millennium Stalactite instead. The reason for this is that the top 3 treasure oftentimes have better stats, and these stats will be a part of your character when you break through. So let's say for example you use the Sandberry Bone, you will get an increase in attack plus 4, defense plus 3, max vitality plus 79, critical plus 11, and agility plus 10. But when you use the Jade Dragon Frost instead, you get an increase of only attack plus 4 and critical plus 11. Because of that, you want to use the top 3 treasure instead. If you are thinking of just using 3 Sandberry Bone to help you with your breakthrough instead of the other treasure, the game doesn't allow you to do that. I have tried doing it, but it resulted in me not being able to put more than 1 Sandberry Bone treasure. Now, in order for you to find this treasure, you must go over to the tavern. Click on Ask for Information and ask for the location of the Land of the Spirits. Land of the Spirits are kinda like an instant dungeon, and when you kill the boss from this dungeon, they will drop a Heaven and Earth treasure. You can farm for the treasure, but the instance will only refresh every 6 months. The tavern owner will then tell you that where the general location of this dungeon in your game will be, and for mine, the location of the Land of the Spirit is located at the west of Famous Seaside, northwest of Sea Town, and south of Guanyu Town. Now, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope all of you cultivators will have a successful breakthrough, and that if you enjoy my Tale of Immortal guide, don't forget to subscribe and like, as I will be making more guide for Tale of Immortal. My name is Zephyr. Like the wind I go, and like a man I come, and now it is time for me to go. I wish all of you viewers a wonderful day. Stay safe, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!